Hello again to all of my stars and to the people who are choosing my pick-a-card readings. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to the videos. I am back again, you guys, since a long while, so I'm sorry for that, but this month in October, we have a lot of good things planned. I'm starting this one pick-a-card reading off right, which is good. So if you guys are coming for October predictions, now would be the time. We're going to do this whole video based on what is going to be happening in October. So if you chose pumpkin number 1 for this, you are group number 1. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, you guys, than I've done in the past. I am going to basically be shuffling on camera. I don't usually do this, but for the sake of the pick-a-card readings and for everything that we're doing this October, I am going to be starting to do that on this channel because I think it's a little bit easier and because of so many suggestions that I've received in regards to that. So today, group number 1, we have a bunch of different interesting decks going on here. We have the Cat Tarot, we have the Everyday Witch Tarot. We're using a lot of Halloween themes this month, just so that you guys know for the pick-a-card readings. So I will be using the Halloween Oracle deck that I just purchased, you guys, which I really do like this deck. I'm going to be using this deck in almost every single pick-a-card reading video, and we also have the messages at the end. So I'm going to start with the Oracle cards, basically, to kind of figure out what is going on, group number 1, for you in the month of October. What are certain messages that you're going to be looking for? So we will start right now. If you guys also too have a question in your mind of what you're looking for this October all the way into November, you can do that right now. So I'm just asking Spirit right now, what can you know, group number 1? What's really important for you guys to take a look at, to see, anything like that? So just keep that question in your mind as I'm going to be shuffling the Oracle cards. I'm so excited, you guys, to be doing these pick-a-card readings this month because I, took a break for a week in order to continue on with this because this October is going to be really a lot of good things happening. With the pick-a-card readings, I'm going to do some 101s. Also, comment down below. Always like and subscribe to the videos because it helps me to determine what's more popular, what people want to see. But comment down below if you guys do want me to do some small DIY projects this year. I kind of wanted to go away from the DIYs only because a lot of people really weren't, as into those along with the 101. So if you guys are interested in that, just let me know and just comment down below. Okay, so we are done, and I'm thinking that this is going to be interesting. Okay, so for group number 1, the main message that we're getting here, and I'm going to put this up towards the camera a little bit better. So this is strength. So if you have been dealing, group number 1, with a lot of hardship this past month, or you're looking for more stamina, you're looking to kind of push the boundaries and push the limits of what you're trying to do, you're going to need strength in order to do this. Now, this to me, what I'm getting from Spirit is a two-folded thing. You can either want the strength to go through some hardships that you're dealing with, or you might just want the extra stamina or emotional strength to get through some of your relationships. I'm really sensing from Spirit that you guys have had a lot of tough times with relationships. This can be family relationships, work relationships, love interest relationships. This card is about strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I am power. So if you guys are really looking for that, this is the pumpkin or the group for you because you're looking for that extra strength to kind of come through this month, which I think is good only because there's so many changes that are happening right now in the world. There's so much that's going on, and this really, I feel like would help, especially when you transition from the summer into the fall, you guys. Like, that's another thing too that can be really rough, especially for people who live in the East. The West Coast, it might be a different situation, but it's always hard to transition. And I feel like group number one, you guys are really transitioning into a different situation, into a different way of being. So that strength is really going to carry you through. And of course, Spirit never lies. So we have new beginnings here, you guys. You guys are really going to have a lot of new beginnings. If you guys are single, I'm sensing a new relationship or friendship. If you guys are married, you might be deciding to get engaged this winter, or you might be deciding to kind of move forward with something. If you guys are looking into a new career path, a new life path, a new soul path, this new beginning is going to occur for you in the fall. I think it's interesting too, because in October, we obviously have, you know, the All Souls Day, which is, you know, November 1st. We have that thinning of the veil of everything. So like, possibly at the end of October, if you guys have really been seeking group number one, a lot of things from your ancestors, from your spirit guides, from things like that, you may receive a lot of messages this month about new beginnings. So definitely talk to your spirit guides, talk to ancestors, passed on loved ones. If you can communicate, this is the time to do it, group number one, because if you're looking for a new beginning or a new path, possibly a message of some kind to put you on that new beginning or new path, this is the month to do it. This is the time to talk to your spirit guides, to talk to your passed on loved ones, to talk to different types of guides to kind of see where you're going. It's the veil of the thinning of the year between spirit and, you know, person, human, whatever you want to say. But that can also help you to determine which path you should be on or to receive those messages. So this new beginnings card says, let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. I also feel like for you guys, group number one, you guys are going to be clearing out a lot of the negative energy that you guys have been feeling for so long, which I think is great. I think you guys are going to have the strength to do this. I will definitely get into the cards a little bit more to ask about what specific situations are going on so that we can determine that for October, what you guys are basically going to want to be looking into or what you should be doing. So the third card I think is great too. You guys are going to have victory, which means simply in and of itself that spirit is going to guide you towards a different way of living. Now, when I say this, I'm really sensing from you guys, group number one, that you guys want to move, you want to change locations, you really want a different type of way of living completely, meaning health-wise, meaning if you're looking for more physical activities or things that you can do with, you know, your loved ones and family members, or if you're looking for a new relationship. You guys are like reminding me of that caterpillar that just like wants to shed all of that and become the butterfly that it just needs to be. Like, I'm getting that image from spirit. I don't know why, but the caterpillar thing is just so funny to me because usually that occurs most of the time for people in the spring, but I really feel like fall is your guys' like time of year. October is your guys' time of month where you're just really going to be shedding a lot of the old skin like a snake. You're shedding a lot of old things that are no longer serving you, and you're really going to have victory in doing this, you know. It says, I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. So once, I think that what's interesting too about this is I'm really sensing to you guys that you are really dealing with also a lot emotionally. So what I'm sensing is that because you are having so many emotional situations occur in your life, you really are wanting to get away from the drama, the gossiping, the, you know, just the overall negativity is not good for you guys, group number one. So you guys are really looking to just get away from that. But I'm also sensing that you've had a lot of emotional trauma recently, either from others or from yourself internally. Maybe some negative talk is going on, group number one, and you guys are looking to get rid of that. You know, really enhancing your appearance for October, just like doing things to make yourself feel better. Instead of always giving to others or always having others perceive a specific situation with you or who you are, you really want to get to know yourself and kind of move on from that. Like move on from pleasing everyone else, group number one. I'm just getting that so strongly. And I think that that'll also help you too in the wintertime, because you guys really can be the caterpillars in this group. You guys really can kind of go into your little cocoon state and just be happy with what you are, who you are, and afterwards become a different, better butterfly and kind of move on from that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm shuffling some of the Everyday Witch Tarot. I want to get some clarification as to what is basically going on with the situation, group number one, and then I will pull a few cards from the Halloween Oracle, because I think that might help in determining what path you guys should be taking or what is exactly going on. So for the first card that just seemed to pop out, and I am not surprised by this at all. So this is the Two of Swords, which is interesting because normally in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, we have the Two of Swords as being the woman who is blindfolded, who cannot see the path in front of her, and the two swords are basically crossing her. In this situation, this witch is pointing towards a target, you guys. So this is interesting to me because this makes me think of a target date, a target time, something that you're trying to target in your life to change it. So I'm really sensing from Spirit that this has to do with something that's emotional within yourselves, group number one. You guys are trying to change your emotional outlook, because I feel like you've been told so many times from other people how to live, what to say, what to do in certain situations. You are always concerned, group number one, about everyone else instead of yourself. So when you have the Two of Swords, it's like you're trying to shoot for something, a target, but the problem is you guys are really blinded by what you're shooting for, what you're aiming for. Again, emotionally, if you're in a relationship, you could have been in a traumatic relationship in the past, and now it's like you're shooting for a good relationship, a positive relationship, a positive partnership. But the problem is that you don't really know what that's about. So the best advice I can give to you is, along with the strength to have the knowledge to know that this is all on the spiritual path for you, and to make the right choice in this instance. You can't make the wrong choice, because any choice that you're going through, group number one, is better than the choice of what you're in right now. So this Two of Swords, even though you feel blinded from making a decision, the thing is that any decision at this point for you would be better than the trauma, the negativity, the dark shadow energy that you're living in. And I think that you guys really want to expand from that. You want to learn the lessons. You want to move on with your relationships. If you guys are single right now, you guys are single for a reason. The reasoning is because you guys are trying to get better with yourselves, group number one. You are really trying to move on from those traumatic, toxic relationships that just don't serve you. You know, same thing with career too, group number one. If you guys are like, this career that I'm in, this life path that I'm in, I'm so tired of it, I want to move on from it, I want to get something else different. You guys really just want to come out of your shells, which I don't blame you at this time. Yeah, so we definitely do have the King of Cups, which kind of shows me if you're a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or if you have those Sun, Moon, and Rising, this reading might be relative to you. Also, the King of Cups is really, really mastering our emotions, mastering our spirit energy, mastering that kind of emotional pull that we get. You guys are really maturing, group number one, in an emotional situation, in an emotional feeling. You guys are just really, really going there. You guys are really trying to be the emotional best that you can be. Now, I have to say about the King King of Cups, I also think that if you guys are having a mentor in your life, a person who you look up to, or specifically a love interest, they too could also be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or have those as an ascendant, like a sun, moon, and rising sign, and that you are kind of gravitating more towards emotional people who really kind of open your soul up a little bit, group number one. Instead of always dealing with the same type of people, when you have like an emotional conversation, you feel tapped into this other person. You feel emotionally sound with this other person, and you're not used to having that situation a lot in your life. Group number one, where you feel like you can talk to anyone, you feel like you can emotionally let yourself out in a way. And this month, that's really going to happen to you. You're either going to meet somebody, a friend, a coworker, someone that you feel like you can really bare your soul to and be like, listen, I am unhappy. I don't feel that this is a positive time for me, and I'm wanting to make a change. Like, let's collaborate. What do you think, what the change should be? Should I do this? Or, you really kind of need to talk to someone who's emotionally sound, and that King of Cups is that for you. Yes, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I'm really sensing also, group number one, you guys are really concerned about your family life, about your abundance, about manifesting money. Contracts came into my mind. I don't know why. You're really wanting to kind of solidify your place in life, and you're getting tired of the fact that you feel like every time you try to make this intention that you're never at that kind of sweet spot in your life, in that happy part of your life, and you're feeling like, is this time ever going to come from me? I'm also talking to people who are a little bit older in this situation, so I want to say like 40s all the way till you're 60. If you guys are watching this video, this also pertains to you, group number one, because you're wanting that abundance and happy home life with either children if you have children. If you don't, you just want that with a spouse and to have a good life. So that's really what you guys are aiming for with the Ten of Pentacles. We also have the Ace of Cups, which I'm not surprised. You guys are dealing with a lot of emotional things this October, a lot of emotional changes. So not only do we have the King of Cups, which could be a mentor, a person of interest, a romantic relationship, we have the Ace of Cups, which clearly shows me, group number one, that this October all the way, I always talk with my hands, you guys, like I'm Italian, I don't know if you guys are used to that or not, but I usually try and do that 9 times out of 10. So with the Ace of Cups, you guys are really going to be trying to fill up your cup emotionally, but this also indicates that possibly in October, towards the end of the year, you guys are also going to receive a spiritual message in regards to emotions. So if you guys are single right now, you guys are going to meet someone at some point, either this month or the upcoming months, who's going to be emotionally sound, who's going to really care and be more of a partnership for you. I really feel like you guys are the givers in a lot of relationships. You guys are always giving, and you're wanting to be nice to everyone. You're wanting to go out of your way for everyone. And sometimes that just leaves your cup not filled. You're always giving your emotions to someone else. And this October, you guys are really going to stop doing that. You're going to want to have your cup filled in a more mental capacity, in a more like conversations. I'm seeing two people talking, group number one, a lot. You guys are wanting to have conversations with like-minded people, people who understand you for who you are. I'm also sensing that you guys are very artistic. You guys are a little bit different when it comes to communication, when it comes to feeling. You guys are a lot of deep feelers, group number one. So that's also really coming through. Okay, so again, with the Ten of Pentacles, we also have the Nine of Pentacles, which makes me think that you guys are thinking of a succession. So the Nine of Pentacles is really you being alone by yourself, and even if you're in a marriage, you are thinking of yourself as an individual, as what do you manifest and what is giving you abundance as an individual. Do you have a career that is really fulfilling you? Do you have, if you're parents, do you really parent your children to the best of your ability? So these thoughts are kind of going through your mind. If you are a single person and not in a relationship, you're also thinking, okay, what do I have to offer to someone that is not superficial, that is not what I look like, that is not, me buying a new outfit and hoping for the best. Like, no, this is you basically thinking deeper on a deeper level of what you have to basically give to someone else. Now, this Nine of Pentacles is also really about abundance and manifestation. So to me, when I look at this card, much like the Empress, which is very much fertility, I look at a person who has a lot to give other people. Group number one. So because you are that type of person, and in the month of October, you're really going to be testing this theory of what do you have to give to other people? How are you by yourself encompassing what your reality is? Are you the person who is responsible for this reality? Are you the person who is making this reality possible for yourself? And then you're going to start to look at how you are with other people. So we have that Ten of Pentacles is really what you're going for at the end of the day. Because I just feel, group number one, you guys are so tired of the BS. You're so tired of it. You don't want anything to do with it anymore. You've given too much to others. And that Nine of Pentacles is showing you, okay, what am I doing to make the situation better or worse moving forward? And I think October, you guys are really just going to enjoy the fall. You're going to enjoy being connected more so to your soul, to yourself, to your spirit guides. It's almost like I'm looking at a lake. I don't know if this means anything, like a spirit showing me like a lake and just the calmness of the lake, of the water. You guys must be very much like water sign type people. Just that calmness. And I'm seeing like all the leaves falling. Like you guys are really just looking for that peace. And I think that you're just not finding it because you have to shed. You have to become the butterfly instead of the little caterpillar. So pulling some of the Halloween Oracle cards, what I do want to go a little bit deeper, but these are more so for messages that you guys can basically use moving forward in October. If you guys want to come back for other pick a card readings, I would strongly suggest that for this group if you guys are really looking for more in-depth things, or if you're looking for some good messages, definitely come back. These cards are so cute. Yeah. Oh, the spider. So this is another good indication. When I was talking about the caterpillar and the butterfly, we had the butterfly in the new beginning. So now we're talking about the spider, which I think is so interesting. So this is community and web weaving. What also is interesting about the spider is that they are very much like, it's interesting that people think that spiders are so creepy, you guys, but in reality, they are just such hard workers. So when that web gets slashed down, 9 times out of 10, spiders always come back. Like that's the thing. They're always weaving the web again. So you guys are really looking for community. You're looking to spread your own web further than what you have now. So this means different friendships, different career, different people. You want to really kind of outreach in your situation, to help your situation a little bit more, group number one. So definitely the spider, you're always going to come back from those tough times. You're always going to kind of bounce back. People can cut your web so many times, group number one, but you guys are just going to build a better one. You're going to be like, the hell with this. I'm building a better one. Very hardworking, very resilient. So you guys really do have that inner strength to move forward in difficult times. So we have the Skull of Stars, which is the main Halloween Oracle card. This is also interesting because this gives you infinite possibilities, infinite realities, infinite manifesting. So you guys really are great at manifesting. What you guys can do for the infinite possibilities is sit down and actually make a list of what you guys are planning to do, of what you guys are basically feeling, and then you can go from there and kind of see, what can I focus on manifesting? What is the most important for me to become the caterpillar into the beautiful butterfly? What do I need to do to kind of get on that path? Which is interesting because we have the lamp, and that's remembrance. So when we put a candle in a jack-o'-lantern or a pumpkin, it's to signify the light against the darkness, signify the light against the evil that is out in the world. And you guys are a lamp to a lot of people. You guys really do provide that light to a lot of people in very, very dark times. But now it is time for someone to provide that light for you in the dark times that you're seeing. Remembrance is key, you guys. I'm telling you. Talk to, passed on loved ones, communicate. Even if you're sitting there somewhere privately, talk to your loved ones. See what kind of path you need to be on. Like, remembrance is key right now. Like, you guys have to remember where you came from and who you are currently today, and, move on from that. So we're going to pick a few more clarifying tarot just to see what else we can get from this. But I'm really sensing, you guys, that manifesting is going to be your thing. I'm also sensing you guys are just going to really shed that old part of yourself, which is going to make you feel so much better next year. You're going to be in a different situation. So I really hope that this October you guys can get the messages that you need to kind of move forward with that. So let's take a look here. So we have the 9 of Fire, which is great, you guys, because again, it's about community. It's about that fire, that passion, that creative drive to find, let me see if I can focus this, to find the community, the soul tribe that you belong in, group number 1. You are looking for community. You are looking to spread your ideas. You are looking to be a different person. So that 9 of Fire, which is also the 9 of Wands, you guys are really looking to carry that load, to move forward, to really, like, you guys just are like worker spiders, worker bees out there. You guys are just really trying to make it for yourselves and carry those burdens and learn from those burdens. Find the community. Yes. So we have, this is great, you guys, because this is the good kitty, which is another word for the sun. So if you guys are very much like, you're looking towards the sun, you're looking towards a different part of your life, you guys are going to have so much positivity and so many good new beginnings from you just shedding the old way of thinking, the old way that you've always been thinking. Yes. And it's going to bring you the Lover. So we have that Gemini energy there, that duality energy. It's going to bring a love to you, a soul tribe person. It's going, if you guys are single and you shed this old way of thinking, it's going to bring you that person that you're like, okay, this is what I really want. This partnership is what I really, really want, instead of the old way of doing things, instead of the old people that I was in. Yes, the Fire Queen, you guys, is one of my favorite cards. The Fire Queen. So we have the Queen of Wands. So not only are you working with that King of Cups energy, and this is the light that I was talking about that you guys give. You guys are working with the Queen of Wands, which is a person who is passionate, who is loving, who is not going to take any crap off of any person, group number 1, is going to really be assertive, is really going to speak their mind, is really going to tell people, listen, this is what I want to do. If you don't like it, there's the door. And if you can't be in a communicative state with me, then we just can't work out. And you guys are really going to be shining a lot after you shed the old way of thinking. And then of course we have the 2 of Sea, or the 2 of Cups here, which you guys are really just going to be, one, I feel like in love with who you are as a person, but you're going to have a deep soul connection with another person who's going to show you all of the capabilities that you have yourself that you didn't even think you had in the beginning, when you were that little caterpillar just trying to make it in the world. But now you become that butterfly, you become a different person. And the thing is that 2 of Cups is very important, because you had the King of Cups, you had that reality in the beginning, and now you're really having that reality with a different person. So group number one, I'm going to give you a message to focus on for the month of October. As always, please definitely like and subscribe to the channel. Always helps me out. If you guys want to see anything specific, the next pick a card reading I am going to be doing is going to be a voodoo doll pick a card reading. So that is going to focus mostly on love. Love and relationships for October, so I'm definitely going to be doing that as part of our Halloween theme series for pick a cards. So come back for that one to see if that's something that you're interested in or that you're looking for. Okay, so we have, yes, healing. You guys really are going to heal. You guys are going to become that butterfly. You guys are really going to change a lot of your life this month. So it's this true healing of the mind, body, and soul. So that's what you guys need to know. And in all honesty, group number one, I really, really see you guys healing your situation, healing your capabilities, healing what is good for you. So group number one, I really hope that this helped you, and I hope to talk to all of you soon in my next pick a card readings, and I hope you have a good October. So we're moving into group number two, which I have to say, group number two, I'm really reflecting a lot on because most of my group number twos are very, I always think of you guys as like very ethereal, very like artistic and very creative, a lot of my group number twos. So I'm thinking of what can we do to kind of, you know, enhance that a little bit. If you did choose pumpkin number two, what are the messages that are coming through for you in October, and what can we do moving forward a little bit for you? So let's take a look. I'm going to be using group number two, some of my magical spell cards. I have a bunch of different tarot cards that I'm using, but I will say this, the Halloween Oracle tarot card deck that I'm using, I'm going to be using that for most of my pick a card Halloween readings because it is the month of October, so I am going to be using those just so that you're aware. But I have like the Everyday Witch Tarot, the Cat Tarot, so we got some things that we're going to be using. So group number two, think of a question in your mind. Think of something that you really want to learn or do, or something that you're interested in to kind of figure out for the month of October, and just keep that in your mind. I'm going to still shuffle these spell cards for the Oracle and kind of see what's happening this month for October. So we have, okay. Oh, I just knew it, group number two. So we have love. So basically, Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love. Here to me, we have the Cleopatra insignia, which is the insignia, I should say, of femininity, of beauty, of grace, of power. So you guys are really looking for love, group number two. Now, when I say love, I don't just mean romantic love. I think you guys are looking for love within, excuse me, you guys, I got a situation going on here. You guys are looking for love in the deepest sense of what that means. So you're looking for that true love, that twin flame, that soulmate. And group number two, I just really feel like you guys are just like the romantic lovers. You guys are just like the heart people. You're like, oh, I just want to find my person. I just want to find my group. But it's a little different because I think that you guys are also looking for love as far as giving love. I feel like you guys have had a lot of blocks on that. I don't know if like your love energy is not coming through correctly, or if you feel like you're not outputting as much as you could. Single people, you guys are tired of being single. And these readings are PG, but I will tell you this, you are also tired of not being able to give love in any type of physical form, which is really bothering you also, group number two. But the thing is that you also too, I feel like group number two, you guys think that the how do I say this? That the superficial relationships are just not cutting it for you anymore. You know, I feel like you guys are my romantic comedy people who always watch the movies or whatever. I feel like you guys are just like, the superficial stuff just isn't doing it for you. So you guys are really looking for a better situation. And ooh, these cards just started flying out of my hand. So we're going to see what the other situation is here. Harvest, October is your time, you guys, the harvest. So as the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. Yes, you guys are group number 2, October, November, fall is your month. Or months or time period. So the harvest is really important for you guys, more so than any of the other groups, because this is going to give you in October time to think about your love life,